Hi, my name is Kaylee McKee, and I am going to be talking a little bit about California's Proposition 227 and 58. California's Proposition 227 and 58 are important legal actions to follow in accordance to how multilingualism is approached in the U.S. Proposition 227 takes an anti-nationalism and anti-translingualism stance, while Proposition 58 demonstrates the benefits of these approaches in its language. Proposition 227 essentially pushes that all students be taught exclusively in English, highlighting English as a sort of sovereign language and basically banning bilingual education. This especially affects immigrant children who may be trying to learn English. The language of this law paints it as an attempt to aid children's movement into an English society by teaching them fluency in this dominant language. But while it's painted this way, the people promoting it, Ron Unz and John Tanton, are outspoken anti-immigration advocates. So it is expected and pretty clear that there are alternative motives here. The actual intent and effect of this proposition is to effectively assimilate students into a white or English society and ban multilingual education. This is shown in the outline and language of the law. Article 2, Section 305 specifically states that children will be taught English by being taught in English. This completely rejects ideas of translingualism and transnationalism, foregoing language as a tool to be adapted and applied and pushing perfect English as the only way to be accepted into society. Article 1, Section 300 is also interesting, as it frames languages other than English as obstacles rather than tools for communication. Again, in Section 306, English is pushed as the only valid language, describing the ideal classroom as one where instruction is overwhelmingly the English language. From previous lessons such as Proyecto Carrito, we have seen the importance of blending language, especially when it comes to learning a new one. The separation of language is the opposite of what Proposition 58 encourages in its amendment to Proposition 227. Proposition 58 repealed English-only requirements described in these sections and gave permission to public schools to create multilingual education for those learning English. What I found especially interesting about this amendment was the language difference in comparison to Proposition 227. The proposition not only supports, but rather encourages the benefits of a bilingual approach, stating schools may establish dual language immersion programs for both native and non-native English speakers, and even calls on school districts and county offices to support this and listen to the receivers of this education, soliciting parents and community input in developing language acquisition programs. This act, in contrast to Proposition 227, treats languages as tools to be blended rather than separated. It removes the restrictiveness of Proposition 227 and encourages schools to support the student in how they will best learn and mobilize in society, rather than just trying to indoctrinate them. Thank you.